733.
It's time for Sports Day.
Beautiful day.
Turn it up. It's Sports Day with Dan Day.
Don't look now, but the Marlins are hotter than a fox in a forest fire. Burning it up like a $2 pistol. Burning down the house like talking heads. But when they're at home, they don't lose. Marlins go for the sweep of the Giants today at 1:40 and then get ready for the Tartan Army as Scotland will invade Lone Depot Park Monday night for their game against the Rangers. Where you at? I am Dan Day along my cousin Vladimir Louison. Can't sleep on these Marlins. They're above 500. Max Meyer wins his 8th start in a row. And this Marlins team giving you reason to believe as they continue to march closer and closer to a wild card spot in this early part of the Major League Baseball season. And Monday going to be a very special night at Lone Depot Park. I actually talked to part of the Tartan Army in South Beach, and they already said, man, we can't get rid of the Rangers. We really want to go cheer for the Marlins. So a lot of Scottish guys and girls down in South Beach, staying in Hollywood also, ready for that baseball game. We're ready for today's baseball game at 1:40. We go for the sweep of the Giants right here on WQAM. Vlad, this Marlins team don't hit a lot of home runs, although Kyle Stowers is starting to come around, although he had 2 walks yesterday. But this team finds ways to scrap some runs in and get some pitching going. Bullpen, Pete Fairbanks, we're pretty good.
They're giving me 80 Cardinals vibes.
They do, yeah. Willie McGee,
Vince Coleman, that they don't have the big home run hitter. Like the Cardinals at that time, they probably had like Pedro Guerrero or Jack Clark at that time. That was really their home run hitter, but everything was, extra base hits, stealing bases, causing a lot of havoc on the base path. And then you get that you have runners on base, and then you get that hit that drives in 2-3 runs, and then boom, you're leading. And then you have 2 guys who are really right now basically your aces because everybody else is hurting the pitching staff. But once you get a Sandy start or you get a Max Meyer start, you're good, bro.
Yes, that is right.
You're pretty much good. That's 2. You're pretty much counting that as 2 wins.
You can win a series that way.
Right. And then the rest is you use your bullpen, use a lot of bullpen starts, and guys are hitting the ball very well, and they're the best team in June. And right now you're 1 game above 500 and you're in the wild card battle. And that's all you want. That's all you want your team to be, competitive and in the hunt.
And I will say this, they are the definition of a scrappy team. They really
Absolutely.
are. A lot of people say, oh, they're a scrappy team. And they use that term very loosely. This is the definition of a scrappy team. Hit for contact, steal some bases, manufacture some runs, maybe a couple Dodger rallies in there for all you baseball purists. You lean on your pitching, lean on your analytics, and find ways to win. Get Pete Fairbanks in that game at the end, and he can be lights out. Some other big news today. We've got more World Cup action. I'm going to talk about my World Cup experience yesterday, and it was an experience yesterday, but we've got Spain and Saudi Arabia playing right now. That's a pesky Saudi Arabian team that tied Uruguay 1-1 right here in Miami on Monday night. Spain also tied Cabo Verde, who's going to be playing Uruguay tonight in Miami. Spain tied 0-0 with Cabo Verde the other day. So right now it's 0-0, 0-0, scoreless tie 3 minutes into the game for Spain and Saudi Arabia. Vlad, we got a little viewing party today. I'd like to thank our guy Manny over there at Jensen's Liquor Store. He, you got to get refreshments for everyone for the party. He was very nice to us and always taking care of us. So much love to him, as we always appreciate Manny, Don Julio, Daniel over there, and those guys and gals at Jensen's Liquor Store.
Absolutely.
So the viewing party will be stocked. No worries about that. And
yes,
of course, can't forget about today is Father's Day. So
happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there, especially Mr. Lewis saying, my dad. Your dad out there, man. So everybody, man, happy Father's Day.
Of course, everybody does have a father, and everybody has at least a father figure. I've been lucky to have a lot of things in my life that have been father figures, and My best advice today is if you do have a father figure or someone like that in your
man.
life, in your world, if you can, give them a hug. Be a man, give them a hug, look them in the eye and tell them you love them.
It's been a great Father's Day. Man.
Don't be tough, because in the end, you're going to look back and say, man, I'm really glad I hugged my dad and told him I loved him. So
yeah, man.
Please do that. Please do that for me. Don't be too big of a man to go out there and show your father you love him. I told Giuseppe yesterday that I loved him. I gave him a hug, and I said, I'm going to bring you the church missalette and some rice tomorrow. And he said, it's all I need for Father's Day. Bring me some rum. I said, okay, I'll go talk to Manny at Jensen's liquor store and get you some rum, Joe. You know, that's Joe. You know, that's how Joe goes. But yeah, so we got a lot on the plate. I had a very interesting day. We're going to get into that as the day goes on. We got to talk a little bit about the Dolphins because we haven't talked about the Dolphins in a while, Vlad. And, you know, I have an addiction. You know, I've got this. I got to admit to you, Vlad, I have an addiction. I'm going to admit to everybody, I got an addiction. It's the Dolphins. I just can't get enough Dolphins information. Somebody stopped me yesterday. Oh, goodness gracious. I got to remember his name. In South Beach, there's a Salvation Tattoo right there on Washington Street. One of the tattoo artists said, yo, Dan Day. I said, hey, what's going on? Salvation Tattoo is the name of it in Washington. He goes, I call into the post-game show for the Dolphins. I said, damn. He goes, I miss stations letting us call in all the time. I said, man, well, that's what Dolphins post-game is for you, not for me, not for Vlad, although Vlad does call in to the post-game show called Live from the Locker Room. Nobody else does that. Nobody else gives you the skinny on what's going on, Vlad. So I want to thank you for going into that locker room and getting that sound and calling in and giving us the vibes.
Sure. I mean, you know, part is, you know, gotta give the fans what they want. And, you know, the other big part is it's my job to do. You know what I mean? So
I appreciate it.
I'm already going to be there. So, yeah. But I love joining you guys game day on Uncensored post game and giving the fans exactly what they want to hear the sound from the right out the locker room, right after the game. And you do a great job of letting the fans express their concern and frustration or their joy. So can't wait for this year.
I know. So excited about it. So excited about it because it is just one of those things. Like I said, a guy, Salvation Tattoo, right there by Lincoln Road, said, man, I appreciate that. I love the show. Legendary, kind of like you and I, Vlad. And we're on the show, so that's why it continues to be legendary, and we just keep living it up. So we'll talk a little bit about the Dolphins. I can't get enough of them, like I said. Can't get enough of this World Cup. And we've got action all day long. We're going to be watching. We'll keep you up to date on Spain and Saudi Arabia. Remember, Saudi Arabia, a very pesky team. Last year, the only team to beat Argentina in the World Cup in the first game. And then, of course, they tied Uruguay the other day. So we'll see if they're going to be pesky against Spain. For Spain, not to get out of group play, being the favorites would be, that would be tough for them. But let's not put the carriage in front of the horse. Let's stay focused. Speaking of staying focused, let's get to the headlines. World Cup today. We got Spain, Saudi Arabia, 3:00, Belgium, Iran. I'm excited about that game. Cheering for Belgium, just to let you know, because I've got the whole French heritage. That's the reason why. No other reason. 6:00, Uruguay, Cabo Verde. I'm cheering for Uruguay because I got caught up with the Uruguay army yesterday in South Beach.
Come on, man. Shot it. Come on. We're rooting for the Fighting Solanas, man. Come on.
Blood is thicker than water, I guess.
Man. We're rooting for Solanas, man.
Those man, they were representing yesterday. And then at 9:00 tonight, we're going to watch this one too. New Zealand and Egypt. I don't know who to cheer for, the Kiwis or Egypt, the Pharaohs, as I guess would be their nickname. I don't know. We'll decide.
That's good. That's a good. Now that's a good.
You're onto something.
That's good. Kiwis versus Pharaohs. That's something. We got to think about this.
We got till 9:00 to decide, Vlad, who we're cheering for, but we will cheer for somebody. We do take sides in these things.
Hey, Yamal's playing.
Oh, yeah, he's starting. Yamal, this is how serious Spain is about winning this game and getting out of the group stage. They're risking injury with Lamine Yamal, by playing the 18-year-old sensation. I hope he gets a hat trick today. I ain't going to lie.
So time out. He didn't play in the last one, right? Was he on the team?
He came in late. It came in late in the last one.
2022? Or the last game? No, I'm talking about 2022.
No, he was a baby still.
So he's 18, right?
He's 18.
So we should expect him at least for another 5 World Cups?
Yes.
Yeah,
he could
play 6 World Cups.
I believe Messi's going to play in the next World. I don't want to get once again too far ahead of myself. If he can play at the level he did the other night,
if they win another one and he's playing at the level, yeah, he's playing.
Also, be good news for Inter Miami, and that would probably mean he plays for Inter Miami still.
And when's the next one? It's Isn't it
years
Spain, Portugal, and Argentina?
No,
No. Morocco.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's definitely playing.
Once again, let's not get too far ahead of ourselves, but that'd be good news for Inter Miami.
I know definitely in 2030 we're going to the World Cup. That's the one I want. We have to travel to.
Give me a second. I'm trying to get out of the Tri-County area right now, man, and I'm having trouble with that. So keep that. But yeah, let's not. So we'll get into that later. Marlins have won 7 home games in a row yesterday. They are above 500. They down the Giants 6-3. They go for the sweep today at 140. Ryan Gusto gets the start. We'll have that right here.
Nice.
Starting at 1 o'clock. We'll lead you into it. Do the pregame show for the pregame show. Rich Eisen, he's from ESPN. He's floated out the idea that the Dolphins could sign free agent Stephon Diggs. I'm going to tell you no. They just got rid of a...
Did you see his last encounter in Miami when he was in Miami on the boat?
Oh, with the Toozy.
With the pink Toozy?
That dude did not care that he was dating Cardi B, and hence Cardi B left his ass. Although
and
they did
Spain just scored.
Okay, is that Lamine? Lamine Yamal got it?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
hat trick, baby, hat trick. I'm calling it right now. I called it already before, but I'm saying Lamine Yamal has scored in the 11th minute to give Spain a 1-0 lead over Saudi Arabia. People are yelling downstairs, by the way.
There's a lot of Espana fans downstairs at the Citadel.
Come out
there.
I hear a lot of ladies yelling. I think it's a little Lamine Yamal action right there.
Well, the ladies
He's got braces.
The young girls do love Lamine Yamal.
I mean, 18-year-olds.
And even the grown women. I mean, the man is a millionaire. He's young. He's the next big star of soccer.
You have now witnessed, or at least heard, Lamine Yamal's first World Cup goal. As he takes it around. I did not get to see it.
Yeah, they're showing the replay right now.
I know. People are going wild, man. Oh, what a
good
pass.
pass.
Nice pass. Is the word, though. So beautiful pass from Spain across. They cross, get the cross, and right into Lamine Yamal. There's anything anybody could have done about that. And
that's a great pass, bro.
Great job by Spain right
Number
there.
21. Great pass.
So Spain is taking that 1-0 lead. Stephon Diggs, I do not see him coming to the Dolphins. This Dolphins regime has made it very, very obvious that they do not want, when I say high profile, kind of high demand, hard to please guys.
I mean, unless he's going to come on the cheap.
I don't even know if they want that, to be honest with you, Vlad.
Because, I mean, he is a post June 1st. He would be, I mean, look at this. Man. Training camp's only 4 weeks away, bro.
But and we're going to talk about some of the guys.
We're a month away from training camp, and yeah, I mean, you would hope to have a number one receiver to help Malik Willis, but you don't want to. I mean, no disrespect to Malik Washington, but you can't go in there with Malik and Taj, right?
Right.
And then Dulcich as your
tight end.
But, yeah, 28 needs help, man. Devon needs some help.
They don't want a high maintenance guys.
No, and I grant you that. You're right on that.
And
You're right.
The definition. Him and Tyreek Hill stand side by side.
There's going to be a lot of drama on and off the field.
Now, Stephon Diggs rightfully so, gets somewhat of a bad rap. He was a great leader for that Patriots team last year. I have to admit that.
True, there was a lot of factors that was, that was happening there. He also he also wanted to show out because he wants to get another contract.
Right.
And he was playing the division so he can get back at Buffalo. So that was also there. So there was a lot of factors that was helping. Plus he was with, wifey was out there. Everything was kind of good. And then things kind of went left in the beginning. Well,
wifey was out there.
Well, at that time, Cardi B.
Girlfriend. Baby mama.
Baby mama. And then.
It's not marry a man.
Yeah. I said wifey. I didn't say wife.
Oh, I thought that was the same thing.
No, it's not.
Oh, goodness.
No.
I'm not hip to the terms.
It's not the same thing. It's not the same thing.
So I can call a girl today that I meet, yo, you my wife.
Well, I mean, if you've been together for a little bit, you got to be together for a little bit.
What if we hang out for an hour?
Nah, she's not your wifey.
What do I call her?
Hopefully,
just say, call her by her name. Maybe, I don't know.
Day stand. Hopefully, one day stand.
I'll tell her my name's Lamine Yamal. Nice to meet you. Google me.
He needed that. And that's why he's in the situation he is right now, where he's going to be a late signing. And I can understand what teams doing that because your salary is already set and you can offer him a good deal, but you don't have to break your back.
Well, we'll see. I just don't see him on the Dolphins simply because they don't want the high.
Neither do I.
But we'll see. I mean, I'm not against it, but I just have a feeling that Jon-Eric Sullivan, Troy Aikman, Jeff Hafley are maybe a little against it. We'll see.
Yeah, you put Troy Aikman second right after that.
No, I was just naming executives, and then
so you even name Marino, you even name nobody else. You just went right second after Hafley.
He's a consultant, man.
Sully, right? Damn.
I don't know. Maybe Joe Rose wants him. I'll call Joe Rose. You want to text Joe Rose and see what Joe Rose is thinking?
Oh, you see him tomorrow morning.
No, I won't because he's on vacation.
He's on vacation. Yeah. Look at him.
I better not bother him. I'm sure he's very enthralled with this Spain.
Let him be.
He's watching the Spain-Saudi Arabia game. ESPN has Miami Hurricanes running back Mark Fletcher Jr. as the 4th best at his position in the nation. Ahead of him, I knew you were going to ask, Vlad. Number 1, Ole Miss, Kawan Lacey. Number 2, Florida's Jaden Bow. And then number 3, Missouri's Ahmad Hardy. So Mark Fletcher Jr. in a good spot. Waiting for another breakout here. He had 1,100 yards last year. I'm thinking it might be a little more this year, although they do have a nice little stable of running backs over there in Coral Gables. 3-team trade is picking up steam that would send Giannis Antetokounmpo to the Heat and Tyler Hero to the Pistons. Of course, the NBA draft is Tuesday.
Beef Stew's name is garnering a lot of attention. Isaiah Stewart of the Detroit Pistons. He has a great deal contract. He has 2 years left on his contract at $30 million, 15 each year, and it's a team option the second year.
So in this proposed 3-team trade, he would end up in Milwaukee?
Well, that's the thing now. He's either he's wanted by many teams, including the Miami Heat.
Yeah, he's a dirt
so he
guy.
can either go San Antonio, which I think needs him more so that Wemby has somebody protecting him.
True.
And Wemby doesn't have to guard doesn't have to get banged up and deal with the physical play. He's also wanted, I said, by the Heat, and he's also wanted by Milwaukee as well because of the player that he is, 25, and his contract is very, very, very team friendly.
Right. So the Pistons want Tyler Hero because Cade Cunningham needs
they need a second guy.
Yeah,
they said they need a second guy
in the playoffs.
And you can tell that they want either Austin Reeves or Tyler Hero. Like they want that type of player, a guy who can create his own shot and get his own shot.
And that they have Duncan Robinson on the team. He can kind of give them a little more intel on Tyler Hero because those guys know each other. So I can see why that's picking up steam.
Yeah, but then Tyler take Duncan's spot.
Yeah, but at least he can kind of tell
I'm just saying.
You know what I'm saying? I guarantee they kick
the intel may be good, or the intel be like, nah, man, I don't want this guy taking my spot. But either way, the Detroit Pistons realized after this,
it's about the team, man, not about you.
Well, yeah, that's what the Knicks did. But off the post?
No, it was go stopped it.
Detroit realized they need a second scorer to help Cade.
They do,
because Jalen Duren had a terrible playoff, and they need another ball handler and a guy that could take a lot of pressure off their all NBA all-star. So we shall see. But I was listening to Tobin, watching him on his YouTube channel, Tobin's channel. Go like, comment, subscribe, and support. And he feels that Anthony Chang has from Miami, who covers the Miami Heat, he said that he expects a trade to be done by the trade day.
Yes.
I mean, NBA draft day,
Tuesday,
which is Tuesday night.
During the day. Yes, that is what we've been hearing.
So that there should be a finale to this Giannis Antetokounmpo situation.
Let's celebrate this. Brazilian national Casemiro has signed with Inter Miami as a free agent. The LA Galaxy had his discovery rights, but he chose to play with Messi on a very friendly deal for Inter Miami. I'm thinking we might need to go to that game when they.
I'm definitely first game back. Yeah,
July 22nd. That's going to be 3 days after the finale of the World Cup. So that might be a game at New Stadium that we have to attend. I went to one earlier this year, and
he's not.
Fantastic.
By the way, if Argentina gets to the final, don't expect Messi to play for at least a good week, maybe 2 weeks with Inter Miami.
That's some interesting intel.
I'm just. That's my speculation. That's my speculation.
So if Brazil makes it to the final, do you expect Casemiro to play for Inter Miami?
That first game?
The first game?
I don't think so.
3 days after,
the team. But 3 days after the fact, no.
We'll see.
Yeah,
we'll see.
We shall see.
Okay. U.S. Open continues today.
Yeah, man.
Southampton.
Wyndham Clark
is leading the field by a large amount, but we've seen crazier things happen.
I would be afraid because there's
walk them down, boys.
You know who's second?
Scottie Scheffler,
the best player in the world, and who needs this? He's only missing the U.S. Open for his career slam.
Ice water. Here's a really cool story. Miami FC, one of the lower level clubs here in Miami.
Miami Football Club?
Yes, their goalkeeper, Elroy Room, set
Elroy?
a World Cup record with 15 saves in Curaçao's scoreless draw yesterday with Ecuador. That's pretty cool right there.
Good for him.
That's awesome. And Oklahoma defeated North Carolina 9-3 in game one of the College Baseball National Championship Series. The Sooners go for the national championship today at 2:30.
Okay.
I'm an LSU guy, so the College Baseball World Series, it interests me a little bit. Speaking of interesting, it's always interesting to take a step into the day spa. You know what? The other reason I love the World Cup, lad, is it's the only time in 4 years that my hair is normalized. Because guys have crazy hair in the World Cup. Like, I look like a normal dude if I'd be out on the pitch.
Oh, okay.
That's why. I just saw a dude for Spain that had a beautiful mane, and I was like, oh, man, can't make fun of my hair. But I digress. New Japanese delicacy. I know you're into all this stuff, lad. New Japanese delicacy, fuzzy mold-covered tuna.
No.
I'm all for not eating meat, number one, much less not eating fuzzy mold-covered meat. How about that?
Yeah, I'm good.
Speaking of good, we're going to get into my new addiction, the Dolphins, what they got going on next here on Sports Day 104.3 FM. I know it's an old addiction, but it's a new addiction that I've admitted to you. You know, the first step in getting better is admitting that you have a problem.
Or that they stink.
Put a pin in that. We'll be back on 104.3 FM WQAM. We are gripped with football excitement here in South Florida, and I'm talking about the World Cup. Right now, at this point in time, if you say football, you mean soccer here in South Florida. And why not with the World Cup? Uruguay and Cabo Verde going to be playing at Miami Stadium, a.k.a. Hard Rock Stadium, 6 o'clock today. The other team that fills that stadium is another football team that I love, the Miami Dolphins. They're taking a little break right now. That's why it's okay to, when you say football, you mean soccer and not United States football. But we got to talk about our United States football team, the Miami Dolphins. They're taking a little break and they're going to get ready for mini camp right down the road. Vlad, they're trying to fill out this team. Of course, it's not completely filled out. We talked in the last segment about possibly maybe Stephon Diggs at the right price. I don't know if this team is actually going to take him. Nonetheless, we do know that this team is trying to figure it all out. And recently, Aaron Brewer joined our guy Travis Wingfield on the Drive Time podcast and says he expects a big year from Jonah Savianaya. Listen to this. He says, Jonah Savianaya, he didn't have the best year last year. You don't have to say that, man. Come on, Aaron. But if you've seen him now, or anybody who is around, like, you'll see the development now. And I'm so excited for him. He going back to his spot. That's right. He's moving back. He's moving back to the right side. He's going to probably a little more comfortable where he's at. And I'm so excited for him this year. And I think he's going to make a great jump this year. The amount of work he's put in this offseason and your attention to detail, focus of the offseason, what's going to make him better next year. And it's so dope that Jonah had this past year. So you can have something to work from, like you have something to build off of. Yeah, I'm one of those guys, Vlad, believes, especially in offensive line, you got to learn on the job. And unfortunately, you look bad learning on the job as a rookie. Now he's going back from the left side back to the right side, his natural position. I'm expecting Jonah Savianaya not to have a breakout year, but to have a year where we don't say his name so much, which is all you want from an offensive lineman, to be honest with you, Vlad. Moving him back to his natural position and another year of seasoning, we might not say Jonah Savianaya's name that much.
Well, I hope, because you don't want that sophomore slump either. Because, second year, you should always take, that's the one you see. Excuse me.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. Second year is where you see the jump, where you learn from what you learned from the first year, your rookie year, and you take that jump in your second year. Like you said, we don't say his name at all this upcoming season. That means he's doing an excellent job, So he's going back to his natural position. There's really no excuses this year.
No, there is no excuses. That's
no excuses.
Once again, Chop Robinson's one of those guys. And I think Jeff Hafley has pretty much said that this is a prove-it year for Chop Robinson.
Well, I mean, this is his third season. I mean, your third year is the year that you should make the jump in the second season. Third year, you should really not even establish yourself. Like, everybody should know your name, because you're also looking for that next big deal. Yeah. Because you're looking for that second contract.
I mean, the way that Jeff Hafley and the guys have talked about Chop Robinson this year is it's a make or break year. I literally mean he'll make this team, or at the end of the season, they will not have him on the team anymore.
Well, I mean, remember, a lot of these guys aren't Coach Hafley's in Jon-Eric Sullivan, GM Jon-Eric Sullivan's selection. So, yeah, it was the previous regime. You're under contract. I'm going to see what you can do.
Under rookie contract.
Can you play under my system? And if you can, then we're going to move forward. If you can't, then we're going to move forward as well.
Yeah. And that's one of those things. They don't like the stink of the old regime, but if you're on a rookie contract and you're on the cheap, they'll give you a little chance to prove yourself. Chop Robinson was a disappearing act last year. I mean, he couldn't have been, I would think, much worse than he was. And you know me, I'm Mr. Positivity. I'm all about Jonah Savianaya having a great year. I'm telling you, Chop Robinson, I don't know, Vlad. It's early, but I don't know. Moving on, though. Kyle Krabs.
Oh, you better know, because, dude, you need a pass rusher.
You need an edge rusher.
Dude, that's one of the top 3 most important positions on a team.
And right now, they're looking around like, this is all we got? Chop? Okay. So moving on, Kyle Krabs writes an article, 3 free agents who probably don't make sense for the Dolphins in 2026, but it'd be fun additions at a major discount. Ooh, that's all things we need. Major discount, fun. I don't want to hear that. Probably don't. Let's go to the edge rusher position immediately. He suspects maybe it'd be fun if they go after edge defender Leonard Floyd. He goes on to say, look, I've loved to find a way. We would have safety, but excuse. in the safety market, but instead of going a long way, Chop Robinson, Floyd had a down year in production with the Falcons in 2025, but he also played the fewest snaps in a season of his NFL career. He's been on the Jadeveon Clowney mercenary plan for the past 3 years. He's played with the Bills, 49ers, Falcons last 3 years, respectively. Each deal kind of handsomely amounts of money, too. So now he could probably be trying to resurrect his career. He could be highly discounted. Leonard Floyd, full veteran edition, petition for consideration. Just don't hold your breath. So that could be an answer if you could maybe resurrect Leonard Floyd after that bad year with the Falcons last year as an edge defender. If you can get him on the cheap skis, I could see the Dolphins definitely. I don't know if that'd be a reach, but I would think that would be something the Dolphins might want to have because there's no.
I wouldn't mind that because you need he's a vet.
He has proven himself somewhat in the past, although, like you said, he's been on the mercenary tour.
So, I mean, that's cool. But, I mean, if he knows that he's going to a team that has no chance of making the playoffs, I mean.
He could play free.
I mean, he's going to play unless he's playing to get some money and then maybe be traded by the trade deadline to a contender.
That's true, too.
Because, dude, you rather play for a team. And I'd rather play in South Florida than any other city. You know. If I'm on a mercenary tour on a loan,
it's better than Atlanta. I'll tell you that much.
He tried Atlanta, it didn't work. So, he's probably definitely leaving his options open. Maybe another team that's contending or on the verge might give him a call. But he is a vet that can lead some of these guys. A guy like Chop who I think he needs as much veteran leadership as he can get. And Bradley Chubb. That's why people knock Bradley Chubb, but Bradley Chubb was actually. He was really good last season, and he was talking to Chop and trying to get him through a lot of the frustrations that he was having.
I wouldn't mind a steadying force, veteran force on the edge. I like that. Speaking of defensive guys, this is a guy we had last year. I liked him. I'd like him back for another year for the right price. Cornerback Rasul Douglas. I like Rasul Douglas. He's a terrific player. I thought he was good. And you get him for the right price. I know he's 31 years old. He wasn't that expensive for the Dolphins last season. I don't know. I just think the final verdict here, he said Miami would become younger. They needed to get it cheaper. I'm not sure Douglas checks either of the boxes. He's a guy from the old regime. But if he's a league minimum guy once again in 2026, it'd be fun to have him back. Plus, he knows Miami. At least he knows the inside of the locker room. Once again, it's a different locker room. But I would be like, hey, bring him back because I thought he was serviceable. At least that would be the low end of what I thought Rasul Douglas was last year was serviceable. I thought he was good.
The secondary wasn't as bad as
we thought it was going to be.
We thought it was going to it was. I mean, it was bad, but it wasn't as bad as expected. So
then again, the run stop game was so terrible that a lot of teams didn't test the secondary as much.
No, they could have, but it wasn't as bad as it could have been. But listen, you need guys. That's it, bro. You need guys, and you need vets. And these vets, they're looking for another deal extension. So they're gonna ball out. So if they sign a deal, 1-year contract, they're gonna ball out, and they're gonna lead, and they're gonna help teach these young guys. That's what you need. That's what. Listen, by 2/3 of the season, you want to see improvement in the young guys that were drafted, guys in their second year. You want to see so that next season coach doesn't have a pass. You know what I'm saying? Like after next season in 27, you want to see some rapid improvement.
Right.
And we're going to see this year if the selections the first year, these guys that they selected are going to be able to learn his system, execute the system. It's going to be interesting.
And one last guy that Kyle Krabs says would be fun, but most likely not going to happen. We know the name, Deebo Samuel. Looking for wide receiver 1. Chris Bell, kind of in the same. Of course, Chris Bell, we drafted from Louisville. He's coming off an injury. He probably won't even start the season, but he could learn under Deebo Samuel. This is the only problem. Deebo's 30 years old, and he caught a lot of passes last year.
He's washed, bro.
And he's probably going to want a lot of money.
He's washed, bro.
And
he's washed. Dunzo. Spun cycle.
Caught the second most passes in a season of his career last season.
And
the yardage was the 4th highest, and touchdowns were the 3rd highest in his career.
Did you not numbers? Listen, I know Hove said men lie, women lie, numbers don't. Sometimes numbers do.
Oh, you're going against the numbers now.
Sometimes numbers do.
He played in 15 games.
Did
last
you
3
watch
seasons.
Did you watch the Commanders?
He didn't have a quarterback for half the season.
Did you watch the Commanders?
Yes.
He's done, bro. Washed.
I think they're just going to wait for Chris Bell to get healthy.
I would rather do that than spend the money on Debo.
He could be a little bit of a diva. So we'll see about that. And last but not least, you got to talk about the quarterback position. And this is the one that caught my eye the other day from David Furones. Buckle up, Dolphins Malik Willis roller coaster in 2026. I'll just read this real quick. It's going to be up and down, Vlad. I'll be honest with you. Watching Malik Willis lead the Dolphins offense in 2026 will be a thrilling experience. There will be a lot of exciting plays that come from his big throwing arm and mobility. There will also be hard, unexpected twists that make your stomach turn. It'll be a roller coaster. Sometimes you'll be scratching your head. So basically, he watched him throw in OTAs. He watched him throw in mini camps. And just like that, Lab, there's going to be ups and downs. There's going to be times you think Malik Willis is our guy. Then there's going to be other times you're going to wonder what's going on with Malik Willis. And guess who he was the backup quarterback for last year?
Jordan Love.
The apple don't fall far from the tree. A guy that one play looks like the greatest quarterback that's ever played the game, and the other play looks like a guy that doesn't know what football is. You're going to see some of that. You're going to see some of that from Malik Willis. So I'm just preparing you, Vlad. Prepare yourself.
You ain't preparing me.
Prepare yourself.
I know what's going on. I'm just
for the athleticism of Malik Willis, good and bad. Should be a fun Dolphins season. Speaking of football, Spain is up 3-0 on Saudi Arabia in the 39th minute. We're going to come back. Vlad, I had a great World Cup experience yesterday. And you know what? Yesterday, I had a Dan day. That's what I'm going to call it. I had a Dan day. I'll explain it to you next I'm serious. You gotta stay tuned for this as we wrap up the show next here on 104.3 FM WQAM. Yesterday, I had a Dan day. It's the only way to put it. I got off of work here with you, Vladimir, and I went home and I was getting ready to go to South Beach, try to take in some of the World Cup wildness. But while I was getting ready, I said, you know what? I've taken all the pictures. I think I'm ready. I'm going to jump back on the dating apps and see what's out there. So sure enough, I'm not paying a lot of attention. I'm getting ready. I download the Bumble app. No worries. So all these apps, they ask you for preferences and all this other stuff. And, I start answering all the questions. And then all of a sudden they start, give me words in Spanish like mujer and bonita. And I was like, okay, that's cool. They geographically realize that I'm in a Spanish speaking area. They're trying to hone me up on my Spanish because I'm probably going to be meeting a lot of ladies that speak both probably Spanish and English, and to kind of brush up on my Spanish is good.
See.
So I started answering more Spanish questions, playing Spanish games. I'm like, man, they really want me to learn Spanish because I'm guessing they figure, it'll help me on the app. So, I am playing these games, answering these Spanish questions, learning new words. So finally I was like, okay, I got to get to South Beach. So I go to South Beach, and I'm going to get to that in a minute. It was fun and wild. It was crazy. And I get back home and I'm like, okay, it's getting late. It's 7, 8, 9 o'clock at night. I've had the app for about 6 hours now. Let me see if I've matched. So I get back on and it starts asking me more questions in Spanish. And I'm like, Lord have mercy. When can I start swiping? For goodness sake. So I'm answering questions in Spanish. I'm spelling out Spanish words. Finally, I was like, okay, enough is enough. I'm done with this. I've learned enough Spanish for the day. Let me start swiping. So then I look at the app and I realized I downloaded the Babbel app, not the Bumble app.
What the hell's Babbel?
Babbel helps you learn other languages. They're very similar. Babbel, Bumble.
No, they're not similar.
They sound similar. They look similar. Oh.
You absolutely pulled up. You definitely pulled a Dan day. Damn, bro.
So my Spanish.
Your Spanish is it's bien now, right? Es bien. Es bien.
Mucho bien. Pero me. So yeah, that was part of it. But I did get down to South Beach. Really cool stuff. Get on the trolley, go to South Beach. I see some really nice Uruguayan people, look very confused. Walk over and I said, where are you trying to go to? They're like, well, we have a big meetup on 9th and Ocean Drive. Am I on the right bus? I said, just follow me. It's easy. They're from New Jersey. We go down there. You can look at all my social media at Dan Day Radio. There was a mob, and I mean a mob of Uruguayans down there in South Beach, right there on the corner, just banging drums, yelling, screaming, chanting, having a great time. I walked around, saw some of the Scottish guys and women that were in town getting ready for their game against Brazil on Wednesday. Couple Cabo Verde people are out there. One of the Cabo Verde women told me, we've inspired the world. I said, keep it going then. Good luck against Uruguay. And then we're all out there having a great time. Scottish guys are crazy. So there's a big difference between European and obviously South American football. Scottish guys are trying to trade jerseys with guys. And all the South American guys are like, no. And the Scottish guys are like, let's just trade jerseys. None of that, man. None of the Uruguayans wanted to do that. The Scottish guys are all about it. We'll see how the week goes. But then it started raining, and I thought, okay, cool. It's going to break up the party. No, the party kept going. The drums kept banging. People kept chanting. But a couple of us went for cover. And I was like, okay, cool. I'll sit under cover. I'm here in South Beach. And then it rained for about 4 hours. I was stuck in the rain for 4 hours in South Beach, man. It was crazy.
Yeah, nasty.
Then I went home. I thought I was going to swipe, but instead I went and learned more Spanish.
I hope you showered.
Of course I showered.
Oh, okay. You were in the rain.
It's also in South Beach, griming it out.
Hey, good? It's good grinding?
It's grimy. No, grimy.
Oh, you were griming it up.
Yeah,
okay, got you.
A little dirty out there sometimes, but it was good times. Overall.
Did you finally get on your
Not
Bumble?
sure yet.
Did you get on the Bumble?
No, I don't think so. I'm just going to finish out this Babbel app, and then when I finish the Babbel app, I'll move over to Bumble. Got some exciting games. We got the Marlins coming up next. They're looking for the sweep of the Giants. That's coming up in just a few minutes. The pregame is going to get you started. I know. Don't start with me.
Heat Coach said, so Dan didn't score like Ecuador.
Yep. I have a lot in common with Ecuador. I'm 0 for 2. No goal.
Hey, well, you're Creole, just like Haiti. You didn't score no goals.
Real quick, Big Lynn did text me during the break, and she said she is very proud that you and I are representing our French heritage on this show. So, yes, we have a lot of love for the Franco-Fête countries because Haiti, Belgium, France, of course, Kylian Mbappe.
Though we didn't score a goal. Everybody that's been to a game in the World Cup where Haiti's played said it's the best fans in the world.
I could see they were smiling.
Dude, the Haiti-Brazil game
they were
was
getting whooped 3-0. They're out
bro,
there. Ah!
but you don't even like I told you, this was even for Haitians, this was the best thing that ever happened. They got to see their favorite team.
It's been 50 years.
Brazil. So therefore, yeah, it was like a scrimmage. It was like a great scrimmage that they wanted to see.
So, Vlad, the viewing party starts now. We listen to the Marlins
Right now.
game, and we watch all the action. You could probably catch Vlad and I running around town. We might even be downstairs here at the Citadel where we had our viewing party the other day.
After the Marlins
As we
game.
run around, that's going to be a 6 o'clock Uruguay versus Cabo Verde game. Cheering for Uruguay
Yes,
because
sir.
I was in the crowd. I was in the mob yesterday.
And of course, for our boy, Daniel Solano.
That's right. We got the Solana family that is out there representing. All right, Marlins, you're next. You're at bat. For Michael Zambler Lewis, I am Dan Day. This has been Sports Day on 104.3 FM, WQAM.
Later, fools.
Slug.